Whether you're looking for manufactured or natural stone to accent or update your exterior or interior project of any size, Centurion Stone of Iowa offers a variety of styles, patterns, and colors for every need. Centurion Stone, our own manufactured stone product, has the look and feel of natural stone and is available in over 200 color and pattern combinations. We also provide natural stone for interior and exterior projects. Our Des Moines and Omaha locations are open daily. Browse our wide variety of product samples with our helpful staff. They'll answer any questions that you have. Check us out on the web at centurionstoneofiowa.com. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to POSTGAME here. Sorry, I haven't combed my hair or anything. I don't think you guys care, do you? Brutal. I don't know what else to say. I do want to thank our sponsors because they pay the same amount of money if Iowa State wins or loses. Carl Auto Group and my dear friends at Centurion Stone of Iowa. Just Groundhog Day, another massively frustrating loss for this Iowa State football team. The stat of the game here is that you almost double them up in yards, 422 total yards to 246, and you score 10 points and lose. Pretty much borderline incompetent, but you average 5.3 yards per game and had 10 points. Pretty incompetent there on the goal line. A couple times you saw in the third quarter. And you guys are out for blood going by my Twitter reactions and stuff. And I can't say that I blame you. I don't blame you. And I do think, and I don't know the specifics, and I'm certainly not privy to any information that's going on inside the building. But performances like that on the offensive end, one game after another, and it's the same stuff. I think there'll be changes, and I don't know what it will be. Again, I don't have that information. It gets really, really difficult when you guys start like yelling at me and cursing at me, and because I'm just sitting here like you are, and I'm trying to dissect it. But I do know that I know Matt pretty well, and you can see the look on his face. He's losing his mind. And I do think that they'll make some changes. And again, I don't know what it will be, but I think that the play calling and the offensive line inside the 5-yard line on those two, that was coaching, in my opinion. One, the line isn't very good, but why, right? Like, this is a continued thing. Why isn't the line ever getting better? Gets worse. And then two, some of the stuff was just not, it's hard to explain. Really frustrating too at the end because you finally punch one in the end zone, and then the defense gives up the the touchdown drive there for Shuck and Texas Tech. And here's the thing. There were a couple deals there. There was a long play on the final offensive possession where it's a bad throw. It's like a half step behind Xavier Hutchinson on the crossing route. Would have been an easy first down. X can't keep making miraculous highlight catches one after another. I think he's the best wide receiver ever to play at Iowa State. You can't expect him to do it every time. And it's the same thing with the defense too, right? That defense has delivered time and time and time and time and time again. And I don't think they'd let up or anything. Like, it's really difficult to just, shut teams out. And that's basically what you have to do with the Iowa State offense right now. And as bad as it has been. And the thing is, though, guys, it wasn't even that bad tonight. It was bad in those situations. 422 yards. I mean, they 12.8 yards per completion. Deckers didn't turn it over. Like, it wasn't that bad tonight, but they're bad in those situations, and you have 2 missed field goals, and it's freaking 10 degrees out. It is maddening. It is beyond frustrating, and it is. And listen, like, this pisses me off, Dan. I'm not making any excuses. Don't give me that crap. I'm not giving any excuses here. Yeah, Jeff, I'm not. You want excuses? I'm giving you reasons. This is why they're not winning, and I'm telling you the reasons. And stuff like that just pisses me off to no degree. I'm sorry, losing my cool here. The situation on the offensive line clearly needs to be dealt with. The false starts. I mean, how does a center false start on that last drive? It's just really the frustrating part to me is, and I've said this a lot, as bad as the offense has been, it's like, God, if you make a couple of 30-yard field goals tonight, you win. Still, despite it all, because your defense is that good. If you catch a couple of balls the last couple of weeks, right, you still win despite it all. And that's, to me, the most frustrating part of it. Because your defense is that good. It's that good to put you in those spots. And you can't just be average on offense, and you can't just be okay on special teams. And I don't know, a lot of you are asking me why the Nettles kid was kicking. I don't know. I'm not privy to that. I'm guessing that will be asked about in postgame. Brett Meyer and I were talking about this at halftime, and I'm assuming that there's an injury or something that we don't know about. I don't know how your kicker gets hurt. It's just a really weird move to just bench your kicker going into Game 10. Seems really odd. And listen, I don't know when this stuff happens, but I think it's going to be a really active next 2-3 weeks. I mean, buckle up. I think that, you're all but out of bowl contention now, and then unless you would pull off a biggest upset in college football this season next week at TCU. But you got to remember, you got the early signing day now. If you're going to start making coaching moves, this is when you kind of hit the gas. I mean, it wouldn't even be crazy if they did something, if they were going to, here before the TCU game. I doubt that happens, but it wouldn't be completely crazy either, just to get a head start on everything. But we'll see. We will see. But yeah, just brutal. Thanks to all of you who braved it out there. That was really pretty cool. I mean, watching all those Iowa State fans out there, you guys are the best. This is the frustration that I have, that Matt points out here watching on Facebook. Despite it all, you're a few kicks and catches away from 7-5 or 8-4, and that's the whole thing that's just maddening. You're right there, despite being that bad offensively. You know, if they're just average on special teams, the kicking thing. It's, you just like appreciate a good kicker in college when you have one. You know, Mevis was really pretty good. Asali wasn't perfect, but he was pretty reliable. That stuff tonight, like those kicks weren't even they weren't even close. I mean, they just completely shanked those two. The other one was perfect, the one he made. But God, when you're playing with this type of a defense and it's freaking 10 degrees out, you can't miss 30-yard field goals. You can't miss 2 of them, especially when your offense is like this. And that's what's so frustrating to me about the drops, is when your offense is struggling constantly and you have a play that's actually there and you keep dropping the football. Now, it wasn't too bad tonight. But, yeah, you're right. It's just really, really maddening. And I know you guys are frustrated. Um, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll say this: if you're on here and saying that the Matt Campbell needs to be fired, and a few of you have, then you're an idiot. Okay, then you're dumb. Put that as eloquently as I possibly can. Because it wasn't very long ago when, instead of losing this game by 4 and being frustrated, you are losing to Baylor by 70, right? Like, so back off, back off the ledge, put down your Cody Road. Obviously, changes need to happen, but stop with that garbage. He's not going anywhere. It's a stupid thing to be saying. Back off. That's dumb. Okay? It's really, really, really dumb. I'm gonna call it quits. Some of you guys are just being downright brutal, and I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. We'll be back here. We'll be back here for the TCU game because we're always here at Cyclone Fanatic. We never leave, and we have a lot of coverage coming up from Oregon this week for both basketball teams. Are out in Oregon, and I agree with you, Charlie, that Matt Campbell's the best thing to happen to Cyclone football in decades. Completely agree with you. I mean, Dan McCarney, too, right? We're not going to leave out Dan McCarney because he's the one that kind of started this all. But, like, it's just, like, it's so maddening to me that after one bad season with a criminally young team that a lot of, like, not a lot, that some people will just jump to that. Like, where's your perspective? Or do you just simply not have any? If you think Matt Campbell should be fired after this season, you are an idiot. Okay? Okay. I mean, I'm just, you got to stand up at some point. I have to say it. You're an idiot. It's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to Minneapolis tomorrow. Vikings and the Cowboys, where I'm sure my Vikings are going to lose. But that's okay. Taking my dad for Christmas. My dad's a Cowboys fan, so I got us tickets to this game for Christmas, and we're going to head up there. But then I'm coming back, and then we are going to be flying out to Oregon. I'm doing play-by-play for Iowa State men's basketball coming up this week. Filling in for the Godfather, who will be with football. So really looking forward to that. And that will be a phenomenal week. And they play Villanova on Thursday. The women play Thursday as well against Michigan State. So that'll be really cool. And we'll turn back around here and change our attitude up. And I apologize for lashing out. I just, like, these things are really hard. Like, just being real with you guys. Like, if you'd see my Twitter feed and the amount of, like, just vile tweets coming in, it's just really, really frustrating. It makes it not a lot of fun. But I love you all. Thank you so much for the support, and we'll be back here next week. All right? All right, go get some sleep. Sleep it off. Appreciate you guys. Take care.